All right, good morning. Today's August 8th. It's a Thursday. This is a follow-up from yesterday's session, which if you look at the NQ, it's going to go ahead and start here. We already have the DOM up. I
Block
had a
die.
couple failed recordings, so we already have some action here
Block
on the
set.
DOM. We have some strong
Block
buyers,
die.
strong bidders. People definitely trying to sell at this level. We'll need to look and see what happened here in the recent past. 28. Where is that? That's the 18 230s. So we're here. Once we got through this area, we started selling. So possibly the sellers that we see here are trapped buyers. I believe that's good information. We'll check this here on the 29s. This is just one bit of information. Doesn't mean that this is the case. Yeah, this is the open from yesterday. That makes perfect sense. Big sell at that open. I'm really not trying to front run this, but this feels like a important area. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We're just starting for the day. That was really interesting. We got 10 minutes until the market opens. We had our jobless claims today. Go ahead and pull that up. I'm just gonna use here. Scan a 3-minute candle, full session. We ended up selling off really hard yesterday. Ate up all the gains and closed red. Now we're having a drift up. A little two-way trading down below the VWAP. The initial claims. Nice bullish reaction here. Getting us back. Getting us back to almost that RTH VWAP. And then a nice continuation from that point. I really do think this would be like a nice place to potentially short. Take a quick look at the VIX. Big drop down. I need to clean up my indicator, so just bear with me. This is that RTH VWAP, same thing. Jobless claims response 5280. 5280. Take a quick look at 138 minutes. Just kind of get that visual in. Where are we at from just that high? Above 38.2, I see. Okay, makes sense here. We got another 8 minutes. I'm gonna take a quick look at the profile. Holy crap. Today is going to be interesting for sure. We end up trading. Those are the singles that we created last night, held above this zone that we've been talking about, which is really important. If we can get above this level, that's perfect. This is another opportunity where we can burst through with some catalysts. We're making use. I'm gonna make a note of that actually because it's intriguing. Now it seems like we're using any kind of excuse to really to bid or sell off. I believe this happened last week where the jobless claims just exaggerated a move that was already happening, basically. Just taking some notes in Notion. And then we do have wholesale inventories coming out at 7 a.m. as well. So that'll be something to look out for. But yeah, we're busting through some of those levels that we created just last night. Same thing here. It's that low volume node that we were looking at yesterday. Not enough energy to get over that hump. This was already a lot right here. What level is that? 38 in this area here. Okay. So we have B-shape profile on ES with the squeeze through. Feels like multi-distributed. Definitely more time spent here on the TPO, but a lot of volume up here. Looking at the actual market profile. Take a glance here. We already know this. This happened last night in the overnight session pretty early. The rest of this is more new. So some sellers probably taking profit and some new shorts trying to sell on a retest, I would imagine. Fought through here, held the line. Initial claims, pure. Now we're going to get ready to test up in this area. So it's important to see what volume we're testing, but it'll be pivotal for the buyers to use the hold up here and then just use whatever excuse they have to get over the 5300 with the wholesale inventory. So even if we sell off in the opening or have an open auction, open test drive, we're not sure, but we're primarily looking for the 7 a.m. reading. But yeah, we're gonna use this as an excuse just for higher prices because we need to crawl back up. So it's, the fight is getting kind of scrappy right now, if you will. Pulling hair, biting, kind of doing whatever is necessary. I think it's getting to that point, and I think you can also see that in the VIX, which I believe that's the indication of volatility. A lot more pronounced sellers. They're probably stopping out. For us to have this sort of a shape, unless this was a ridiculous amount of buyers, just a lot of sellers are kind of plaguing here. They're just swarming again. We're already at 500 points of range on the Nasdaq and 103 on the ES. Did a very good job not thinking about participating last night, just so that way we can be fresh and ready for today. Take a quick look at the candle. We should be over that first level, about the 50% now, coming from the gap. Exactly. So this is good. We'll go ahead and leave that retracement on just for a nice midday reference. And we're at the 5 SMA once more. Oh, that was a nice rejection um, from closing above there. Notice the high delta. There's a lot of effort from the buyers. Go ahead and switch chart books here. I'm not going to pay too much attention to the. I'm not going to pay much attention to the. Forgive me. The footprint. The footprint from the overnight session. I don't. I don't really do that. I prefer to look at the details of
Up breach.
a breach. Mark that close. Marking that zone. How many points is this? It was like 20, right? No, 40. Goodness gracious. That is 40. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this session down here. Again, this is the
Up breach.
initial claims. All right, that's got to be RTH. Immediate rebalancing. I would imagine we're gonna have a little bit of a. Imagine we're gonna have a little bit of two-way trading as we wait for the wholesale inventories, which typically isn't the most anticipated, but given the situation that we're in, again, it's kind of turned into a dogfight as of now. And then overnight low will already be recorded. All right, I'm gonna get these overnight zones updated. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on mute and turn on. I'll wait on having the price squawk actually. Again, I'm expecting to see some downside, just given the nature of the time that we're in. Especially we have that data upcoming. Again, I'm not needing these to be uber specific and accurate. I just want some nice references if we do head down and we start breaking these levels. Alright, so, and really to the upside, I don't have too much. That's something I'll pull more from the market profile. So yeah, we'll go ahead and turn this off. The full session that is. And we can keep this nice and clean. And then we got VIX down here. Tesla was doing decent. Eli Lilly was doing really well. We want to make sure that they're staying strong. Broadcom, they've been kind of finicky recently. This is not good for utilities. I'm curious because they've been the ones leading. So I mean, I'm assuming this is just money being put elsewhere. I would imagine. This is nice from industrials. Want to make sure that they're staying strong for financials. They had their earnings, so I mean, I'm really not surprised. Eli Lilly's up. They're up like 11% when I looked earlier. Tech is normal. So P and Y, discretionary. Tesla, Amazon, so on and so forth. We want to keep a good eye on them. And P isn't as weighted, but I'm curious to see how we do here. Communications is fine. And they were down 10% here, which is not unexpected. Crude had a big day yesterday. Looks like they're just chilling at the moment. All right, we'll go ahead and take our quick snapshot. We'll do another one after here towards the wholesale inventory numbers. Looks like we're getting ready to push HOD for the ES. Again, I'm kind of taking the price action that we're seeing with a grain of salt. As we have data coming up soon. One bar down, one bar up. So this is indicative of a possible like open drive. Not much excursion above us. Given where we're at, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this. And this is actually part of my setup where we have the low of the SOC near a nice little zone.
Block cell.
I didn't turn that on. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Oh no. Yeah. Possible like open drive Yeah, this may be an open drive day, a continuation, or at least a open rejection reverse. But we're gonna look at the market profile for a better understanding of where we're actually at now that we're done with everything.
Block buy.
Remember, these are pretty important areas that we're at the moment. Now, this zone up here, again, nothing too specific, just a nice little area that we're looking at. It's just a lot of volume, just everywhere. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where you're at. And Q ended up hitting their head above here, which is has me a little leaning to the short side, very similar to how we've been looking recently. Can't really glean too much from those areas there. I'm actually gonna pull. I think I'm
Block
just gonna
buy.
rely on this. I wish I can pull this whole window out. Oh, nice.
Block buy.
We're starting to see some separation. People getting stopped out. We may see another leg up. But we have a lot to work on. We have another 20 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on price block. We're gonna listen to the NQ again today.
Welcome to Price Squawk.
Turn this down a little bit. Alright. It can be a little too loud right now. Family is still sleeping. But alright, we both tested the top of this SOC. One for ES and the other for the NASDAQ. We want to pay a little more attention to the way that we're moving as far as the velocity now, because we have our orientation. We know where we're at. Just adding some notes here on my Notion. Put myself on the. No, actually, I'm okay.
Block buy.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a open auction. Oh, also the way we're kind of stacking here while NQ is lower. This is typically bearish from what I've seen. Wouldn't really have like this rounded kind of top, building volume sideways, and then like a downward. So this may be a day where we end up like leaking downwards. We can for sure still go up, but just based off small bits of information that we have, it looks very similar to some action we've seen in the past. Very much so. Yes. Nvidia is selling off. Yeah. I just don't want to jump the gun on this because I don't have a specific uh, play for this. But this just looks a bit bearish. The tape is still very heavy. We're going to favor the short side today because we are still in a immediate downtrend, intermediate term downtrend. Again, you look at the daily candle. This is where we're at. I just like to remind myself, even looking at the monthly, the weekly, this is incredibly bearish. We haven't seen action like this
Block buy.
before in a very long time. So yes, this is nice. This is a bullish posture for the morning, but this is very advantageous to the bears given where we're at, and then the nice shells above us. We do have the wild card today, which is going to be the wholesale inventories, which typically isn't the most anticipated, as we mentioned, but definitely going to be important moving forward. Yeah, 100% sell below here with a, I'm gonna say a 10-point stop. So my stop would be at, we'll say 11, so maybe 53. So get in at 42, get out at 53 if we break that low. But again, do remember we're still above this candle, this this SOC zone. But yeah, as of right now, we're looking for a way to do a
Block
a
sell.
pullback trade. If we can get some excursion upwards, but if we just completely eat through this area, I would imagine we're gonna have like a retest under the zone, or just another potential play for the downside. That was to get in at 42 and get out at 53, I believe. Close to getting stopped out. Yeah, that'd be stopped out right about there. Yeah. This is what I mean about the two-way trading. And we don't have enough information for right now, and there's still a lot of emotion going on. We had a 15-minute green candle for VIX. It's not the biggest candle, but a candle indeed. I'm sorry about that. All right. Nice.
Block sell.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about. It's very heavy tape. Again, just based off using our pattern recognition, this looks like a potential open drive. So notice ES is a bit sturdier here. It's just Eli Lilly, XLV. We said they're going to be pretty important. Financials are holding decently. Utilities looks like we're just going back defensive at this moment. Maybe taking some money out, redistributing it there, which makes sense. P, we had some. This should be the staples. That's exactly what we were talking about yesterday. So as we lose money out of tech, they're going to defensive stocks or defensive assets, I believe.
Block sell.
All right, that's that close. That's that close of the SOC candle at 3 minute. The 1 minute candle should be a little bit below there. Okay, so we have an open drive. It's a possibility that we're gonna have. We may need to have a little
Block
wider
sell.
stop and possibly leak.
Block buy.
Find a short play where it's kind of like leaking through. If we're going to be this week, with the possibility of targeting a particular zone, opposed to having shorting from a retest. If it is a retest, this may be like a first pullback kind of situation where we're under the 5 smoothing average, these little VWAP bands, and it's just like a real tight little corner, something like that. But that may be kind of rushy. Situation may change once these wholesale inventories come out. Yeah, we're talking about this being an open drive, really down here. We ended up being much weaker for ES. What happened there?
Block sell.
Finance and industrials. VIX is picking up as well. Again, we're still good. We're almost at that close. We have a lot of room. This is perfectly acceptable, and it's not unexpected. Good morning. So we're already 25 points of range from top to bottom for the S&P 500 and 170 for tech. We still got 10 minutes to go. Gonna go ahead and do a quick snapshot here. Just want to see the difference from where we do this marker. We got another 40 seconds and we'll end this 3-minute candle. This is also the start of the first 5, so this should look pretty scary to the typical trader. I would imagine the 1-minute does as well. So it looked like price squad kind of died down a little bit. I have it on mute on my side, so I'm not listening to it. Can't have volume playing at the moment. Just making sure that they're still working. Okay, so we got ES. It just hit that close at a 3-minute.
Block buy.
We almost have that VWAP for the full session VWAP. This is what I was talking about, like the open drive and the leaking down here. Oh, these are 1-minute. I was wondering why it looked strange. My apologies. It's a benefit of using one candle, one time
Block
frame.
buy.
Okay, I can turn this up now. My apologies. All right, so I can hear what's really going on myself. Gonna turn down my mic just a little bit.
Block sell. Block buy.
Nice. I want to see a rejection of this open, and I want to see a rejection of this mid, which is also 5S and the RTH VWAP. Look at this candle on ES. from the 60s. Yeah, there are people bidding this up. Even before we started, there was just some just a lot of ask everywhere. Really, really trying to push the volume up. I mean, you can even look at the delta. Well, actually, where are we at on the delta? Plus 30K, Jesus.
Block by.
We got a lot of volumes, real quiet, but the volume is picking up very discreetly. It's that rejection I was talking about, rejection on possible open in this mid. This will give you some signs of some sellers. Like,
Block
are we going to
by.
have this as a potential short end day, or just? I mean, there's just more two-way action. It's incredibly bullish two-way action. Look at the volume. Not even just the volume, but the velocity. It's just like they're looking to buy. It's like, I buy it up, buy it up, buy here, buy here, buy here, buy here, buy. And it's just unrelenting. But where does this come from? Since we did our snapshot, this is a big pickup from the video, which is going to be our tech. Eli Lilly is taking a break, which is very nice. I love to see this, that they're taking a break, and everyone else who sold off, they're recovering their gains. So for me, this is a very nice, healthy breath. So yeah, I will. This is going to be some possible nice continuation. There can be a wrench thrown in this if we have ES is getting ready to test this
Block
next
by.
zone that we have. If we hit our heads, this may be a bit interesting. But all this can change. All this can change. Tech is a little weaker um, at the moment. All this can change if we shouldn't be even between these two. We can see that here.
Block by.
Given the bullish environment, not surprised to see us get above this area. But they're gonna need to hold it. But all this can change with the wholesale inventories. I don't imagine this will be much, but we'll see. And then it just gets quiet. We're at these whole prices and it just gets quiet. We start to slide down, it gets louder. Short into the wicks, like Balance Trader says. I mean, that'll get you about 17, about 20 points of risk. Yeah, they couldn't make it to that level.
Block sell.
We're gonna have another go. So I'm really not keen on taking a short, but I will. I know this says ES, but this is just a matter of the type. I have my trade unlocked. Oh my goodness. Ah, my heart. Okay. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait for the inventories, but I do want to shorten this area. And this is at the VPOC for right now as well. We'll just wait. Let's get a little more information. Okay, so we're not gonna change our quote board. Let us look at where we're at now, and then we'll see how this changes because we're about even, about even. We're all about even here for our progression. we should see a response for sure from Staples, because I believe this is who this affects the most, right? Or maybe it's everyone. I'm not exactly sure about the wholesale inventory. Let me go ahead and lock this. I still want to short around that VPOT, that 174 for the NQ, but I think it's just a bad habit to get in right before data like this, because that would be somewhat like front running, I believe. I would imagine may see more of like a potential burst through, stop out some shorts, make a little more excursion, and then potentially um, possibly come back down,
Block buy.
unless it's just a complete hold, because we're all above the SOC right now for the jobless claims. So I don't. Yeah, there's some separation right there. So a little bit of weakness, and also just the book just thinning out in general. So it's just getting real heavy right here. It's just kind of like 50-50. You really don't know what's happening on,
Block
but
buy.
based off the tape, yeah, I really want to see these people get stopped out, so it's not a crowded trade. All right, we got about 15 seconds. It's gonna get a bit
Block
loud
buy.
there we go. Get those stops, and then just keep pushing as we head into jobless claims. Hopefully it doesn't go straight down. I'm gonna try. This is gonna be a little tighter. I'm out. I'm gonna see how ES responds here.
Block buy.
We're at this open. We're pushing above. We should be through that zone. All right, we'll try now.
Block sell.
Bring this up. If we make if we break above, this is like 9 points, which I'm fine with that.
Stop filled.
All right, that's fine. Yeah. We're just 1 minute in. Try this once more. And then this is going to be it, at least for this area. I'm going to end up just shooting myself too many times. Don't want to be back above here. 38. Got some liquidity up here. It's probably going to get grabbed.
Block
Stop
buy.
filled.
Block buy.
All right, that's the HOD there. And we're still mega pushing.
Block buy. Block sell.
Nice. See if we fill in these gaps there. Some people trying to get filled there.
Block buy. Block sell.
Alright. This is his last time. Don't want to see that above that area. It's about 17
block cell,
points. I'm definitely trying to short this, but so I'll stop here. I feel like some of this is a
block
little
by,
continuation from yesterday's action, at least for myself mentally taking these. There's a good chance this is getting stopped out.
Stop filled.
Okay. And that is closer to 1 minute. Got another about 40 seconds. Hmm. Yeah, I'm
block
at to
by,
have to make some decent notes about this one. All right, we're gonna have to call it quits for today. Where are we at? Let's go ahead and lock this bad boy. Put this thing on sim. Close this. All right, for starters, too many re-entries in that area. So I don't have my fills, but let me go ahead and put these fills on. I have it. Yeah, this is trying to top tick. This is from continuation from yesterday when we could wait for a better of a. Yeah, for a better signal. Hmm. I'm looking at this dumb. Alright, we'll see what happens here. 52s. Alright, see if these get filled again. Those 47s, 46, 47s, those high 40s. They're starting to come back down here for ES. Yeah, it's really gonna need to see some continuation. If not, I mean, this is definitely we're gonna be looking at a trend update possibly. Filled in those 47s, those higher 40s, and we got kicked back down. However, the time is still going. We got another 15 seconds to this candle. All right, that's it.
block by,
All right, see, I have a real tight daily loss limit for today. So that ended up just kicking me out there. Luckily, I have that. But yeah, this is really. I actually want to put this on a 1 minute so we can see. Stop limit. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just confused. I'm pretty sure I have like a particular order type. But okay, so you can't see it too well there, but that's just, yeah, short. Yeah, because it's short. All right, got it. Let me take a quick screenshot of this. Reentry, 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 reentry. Not being patient. That is from the bitching and complaining yesterday. If if I had to guess, trying to redo from yesterday, but yeah, I can't say I had too much of a setup, given the reason that I got quiet. It was definitely interesting to see and good to catch that. I'm gonna have to go back and review this, especially given this bounce off this close. That was really nice. Massive engulfing candle with the continuation. All right. This is why we need to have our daily loss limit, because you be sitting here fighting the trend. I also have this limit by my broker. All right, let's take a quick look and see where we're at. Okay, above that second zone. And really the same thing here. I mean, this is really the last zone there, because this is from the prior days that I did. All right, let's see. All right, go ahead and close this. We don't need this trade chart anymore. We'll leave this on a 3. Actually, we don't need to. We can have this on. It's so much I didn't do today that I will go back and redo. Let's see. Hella sellers. Stopped out. We got some new sellers kind of trying to step in. VIX is dropping. That is a weird looking, some weird movement from the VIX there. Okay, let's see. So we ended up pushing above. That's a new high for the B bracket. So we would look for a potential like pullback, but we would need more of a thrust upwards, and then we'll get a pullback. Because other than that, that's just coiling here. Basically what the ES looks like. So possibility you have like a retest somewhere down here in this area. Yeah, and I didn't take my breaks.
Block buy.
All right, I need to get some typing in. I'm gonna go on a brief mute. Oh, and before I start going on mute, I do want to mention I wrote in my journal yesterday that the reason that yesterday's trade worked as well as it did is because it was a part of my actual playbook. That was a break of the IB low for the second bracket with a higher pullback given the bullish posture. That's exactly what we did. We followed our plan. This year, this is not the same thing. This is an open drive with the beginning, but ended up being an open auction, which if it's an open auction, our rules is to wait the next bracket and
Block
see what
sell.
happens, which looks like we're breaking out of the range with an eventual pullback. Or we have just more open auction, which it's just gonna indicate balance, and you have to wait the next bracket again. But at that point, you will kind of lose interest, and it may just be a play for just different, just a different window. All right, and I also didn't look at the quote board during my decisions. I kind of just was like, all right, let me look at this, mouth open, eyes wide, and just kind of staring. And I let the behavior yesterday with the high volume, seeing like the heaviness actually. I mean, I really didn't mention like the pressure, just the way it was waning and really categorize and break it up. So it wasn't really a narrative. It's just like it looks heavy. We at the top of this range. I drew a box, and they struggling at that box. Arbitrary and all, that's fine. This is a lower high. Arbitrary and all, but that's enough for me to kind of go off of, And then the re-entries multiple times, it really wasn't really called for it because if you look at it here, I mean, that's that's bottom ticking, I believe. So yeah, it's kind of giving some critique to myself here. Especially with the liquidity being filled, that was something different that we saw yesterday. The the offers were not being filled.
Block sell.
Oh wow, that's that 30-10, 30-53-10 dude again. That was a lot of business that was happening there. Oh, where are we at in regards? Yeah, this wasn't the best. I'm gonna give myself a solid B, but I'm definitely grateful for having daily loss limits. Definitely C game, and I didn't want to get out of my own way. I don't really see anything here. Yeah, just have to wait for that potential pullback. I mean, this made sense. I mean, we're calling this out in real time. I think I need to revisit potentially buying at the or participating in that first bracket. I think we have enough information. We don't have to just wait for that. And I was a little afraid of the not the ISM, the wholesale inventories. I didn't put any kind of indication on how this went here. We'll be able to, you know, it'll be helpful. But all right, I'll go ahead and leave it here. I want to see these 53 tens.
Block buy.
Exactly what they wanted.
Block buy.
So for me, that feels like algorithmic, just the exact number that you saw at that time. So if you have algos involved, I can't, I don't,
Block sell.
don't know how to feel about that. I'm not sure if that's just like you'll see more of like OTF where the price is just pushing relentlessly versus kind of methodical day trader like, typical Jim Dalton small hands. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down this per squad. But yeah, I was just doing my reviews. Yeah, I didn't take any kind of breaks between these.
Block buy. Block buy. Block buy.
Yeah, it's a lot I want to revisit. Just comparing. I'm up here on Notion, just kind of taking some notes. Whoa. And it's crazy, you see that, but it's not really much happening, in that little small amount. This is where it's important for the DOM as we're having these wider ranges. I mean, what this is 30, about 33, 32 bits of range from bottom to top. Almost 200 for the Nasdaq. Just this little fluctuation that we're seeing is drop of 10, 15 points. That's really not enough just to go off of, especially when we're not using the damn volume profile. I need to go back and see where I was actually entering on the actual positions of the volume profile. Yeah, I was wondering, yeah, is this not frozen or something? Yeah, serial charges may be bugging. Luckily, we have our DOM.
Block cell.
There we go. All right, I'm glad that refreshed.
Block buy.
Didn't make it to that zone. Didn't make it to that zone. All right, this will be a situation where the buyers are going to need to hold for sure. They don't want to start breaking through these candles. ES already broke through theirs, their last impulse. All right, let's go ahead and get this journal. Good and bad days, my friend. Good and bad days. How many trades was this? I believe that was 4. Maybe the wackest 4 trades
Block buy.
I've taken. It's not showing my fields. I'm on sim. Yeah. Yeah, this is the action that I was explaining yesterday that I thought we were seeing, and it wasn't until we had more information that showed that wasn't the case when we started to roll over, burst through, pull it back. This is just more erect. This is not the case here. The gaps. It's a possibility this may go down. We're not revisiting these 14s, 15s. Yeah, we need to trade above here. If not, this is going back down. There we go. Though it's not a lot of volume going on here, so we may find our way back. Oh, we're building volume up. It's just real light though. Okay, let's go back. This would be 4 trades. Negative P&Ls, 10. Yeah, we had really good preparation. Our alignment was really good. Just the execution, just yeah, that was just a lack of patience. I'm very glad that we ended up having our stops and everything, but I mean that's a given. This is the last 4 seconds for this 3 minute candle, and then we have the
Block
end of the
5.
5 minute candle coming soon, and we'll be at the end of this bracket here, which would be pretty bullish. I'm looking for a pullback to the IB high, if not the open for the NQ and the IB high and the VWAP for the ES. Yeah, I just needed to take my break, man. That's all right. It's been I mean, this is something that I do really well is have a lot of compassion for myself. I'm really good with learning. I have a growth mindset. Um, this is kind of who I am. So I definitely shelled up a little bit, which was a little irritating. I'm gonna review and see exactly where that came from, and I think that's a sign that I need to kind of like step away and refresh my perspective because I didn't have words to explain a behavior that I was having. It was just,
Block by.
um, yeah, I won't get into specifics. I was gonna make a reference to one of my family members, but one of my family members, when they have a under sort of like duress, they kind of just get quiet and don't say anything, not exactly sure what to say or where to come or where to kind of go with it. Um, Very similar feeling there. Not necessarily like deer in the headlights, but it's just kind of taking over what am I doing. But at that point, I know John and other people have talked about it as well. You know, you just need to like literally physically get up and walk away and refresh myself, come back. Damn, this is pretty bullish. I have no edge in this, opposed to tick drama. So, all right, put myself on mute. I'm doing my typing. Be right back. Real quick. This is the volume that I was kind of looking at a little earlier. This is what I would like to see, but more in this situation where we're at this potential lower high, and we're building all this volume just to get over here. So you know, wholeheartedly we can break through, but if we get through and then like slip back under, then that would be more of a case to the bear side. And that's not what we're seeing, which is what was happening yesterday. This is a build volume push and then grind. We're not sliding back down like uh. That's this is not happening here. So this is a big difference for sure. I want to see where we're at on a daily candle. We're still an inside bar. All right, I'm gonna go back on mute. I just thought that was interesting. I'm kind of peeking here. You have sellers definitely trying, but I mean,
Block
even
1.
earlier we saw
Block
that
sell.
right before the market opened, there was I had messed up on the video if I recall, so I had to do a new video. But there was a there was a lot of passive, a lot of passive buyers. There was like a almost 1,000 order that was building up, and it just ate it. Just like an iceberg, and just really nice absorption. And even we notice with some of these offers, we're getting exact orders that are matching it. And I think just for you to do that and that quick, that doesn't seem human for you to type that in, or maybe it's you know, just I know they have buttons you can do like, you know, just take liquidity, you can just sweep
Block sell.
X amount. Um, but I don't know. This just seems like somebody with some money that has just some kind of different tools. It's just interesting to see the way these are happening. And again, this is the volume that was building just to get above this area, and now we are, you know, kind of teetering back in this zone. So you can look down here where these gaps are. If we're getting up under this little nugget there, getting back into where these buyers are, where they just really put some effort in, then we'll be This would be a little more to the bear side, but again, your hands will need to be off the sell button for now, especially when we have DGPs that are above us, which is what we were looking for yesterday, shorting under the DGPs. So shorting on our way there isn't really advised. So yeah, just a little more patience because the possibility of us balancing higher like this for an extended period is just maybe a little lower probability of that happening. So it's just seeing how far we can get, how far the test is, maybe a pullback. Will it be sustained? I don't know.
Block buy. Block sell.
488. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is just really relentless. Volume picking up. All right, go back to my notes, trying to focus. This is the start of this 30-minute candle. We may have a possible pullback. Typically, if we're going to remain like bullish or remain with the current trend, we would typically just like have a nice thrust within like the first 5 minutes, or really the first 1 minute. Um, be interested to see if we have like taken profits or if it's just like a little delayed. We may end up waiting because we have like a whole lot of sellers that are up here, but also we're gonna have people that are trying to break even. So there's going to be a bit of a short squeeze, getting people like me off these weekends, people who were just poor positioned from the prior day, and we're gonna have like new money shorts. Something else I did not do, which is check this simple retracement to see the move from there to there, just to kind of see where we're at. Typically, so I mean, what the 50% was the damn high of the SOC. It's just really nice to see. Okay, cool. Done. All right. So yeah, it'd be more ideal to possibly want to short somewhere in this area, but again, I mean, there's no reason for you to have your finger on the short when we need a potential pullback. These may end up converging right here. Same in this area as well. I'll be interested to see. Um, but yeah, things have quieted down. Put myself on mute, hide this keyboard. Again, if we do have a pullback, wouldn't be surprised. Again, sure we have some late buyers. Who knows? Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised to have at least pull back to this 5 smoothing average. We are still below prior DGPs. We are getting close to it though.
Block by.
There was a real big seller that was up here, but then he just left.
Block by.
So I'm just curious. Again, that's like a little bit of spoofing, so you you can take that many ways given the context here. I'll take a stab at it. If we have a oh crap, we're getting ready to go back down. I think this may be like a loss of confidence for some buyers as they know we're getting into the prior stage range. They're kind of ready to get out. If they don't get filled, they'll just kind of hit out. Hell, this may have been them here, kind of liquidating there. Who knows? But passive sellers. I'm just curious if that are people who are trying to get out, people who are trying to, um, yeah, I'm thinking this may be buyers looking to exit, but spoof orders nonetheless. It's not anything tangible at the moment, but that's just more information. I really feel like that there's a lot of algorithms here at play, just given the
Block
way we've
by.
kind of moved. They're still here. That was I forget what it's called, but like a hidden order for them to hold the line like that. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we just like burst through. We burst through here. I'd imagine we may have like another little small little push. But I don't know. These 20s, I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. All right, I gotta
Block
go back.
by.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, that's that burst through. But do we come back? Fill in these little gaps here. Got some sellers up here, not getting filled.
Block sell.
All right, I gotta go back to typing. Fill. Trying. Okay. Let me just type. Mm,
Block by. Block sell. Block by. Block
oh,
by.
playbook trade.
Block sell. Block by. Block sell.
That early low and rejection holding in place. You're now looking for 53.40, 53.60. That's key targets. I'm out of time. I need to shut down and deal with family stuff for so tall. Trip, gotta go. Have fun, FT. I'm just reading, seeing what some of my team is doing. Okay, let me go back to these notes. Yeah, just that creep down. Possible rounded top. Let's see the Sierra chart.
Block by.
Trying to see if it's possible to get my zones up here so I don't have to keep flipping. I'm gonna have to use like a different instance. Check something. Second login. All right, I'll just look at that. I'll just look at that later. Where to? The recent downtrend.
Block by.
I'm looking, trying to find some notes on. I'll explain that in my notes. Just let this be about the price action. Just some learning opportunities for
Block sell.
myself. Nice. Buyers are still holding strong though. Those passive bidders that we were talking about. Who's selling though and who's buying? Can't get a good read on it. It doesn't feel like it's much emotion involved here. Okay, back to trying to focus. 'Cause I got work in like an hour. Buyers definitely trying to hold. Great awareness of my price mapping. Different window. All right, well, since I'm looking at trading right now, let's make some updates.
Block by. Block sell.
Just put that over there so you can see.
Block by.
Nice little bearish candle.
Block by.
Where is detach? Alright. See if we had that continuation. Nope. It's not right now. Try to always fish. Minimize detach. I don't see the detach button. I don't know why. Attachment. Hmm. Oh, that's so much better. And then these should stay like this. Even when I save it, but I don't have a reason to save. I just have these detached. And I can just put this like here. Awesome.
Block cell.
I heard block sale. I don't see any progress. Good Lord, where's the undo? Hmm. But this will only show. I guess you can do always visible. Right? Window always visible. Yeah, there you go. I got the profile just on my other screen here. Nice. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to see that, but I can.
Block
So we're getting
by.
ready to burst through that zone here, which should be a nice little spray above if we do have more legs to this.
Block by.
Like in this mid zone area for the NQ.
Block cell.
Damn the buyer. Yeah, this action is much different. Definitely gonna make sure we look at this today. A bit irritating for the performance overall, but well worth it. Well worth the experience. Well worth it. All right, I'm finished with my notes. I'm gonna go on mute. I just want to make a quick note and talking about short end. Look at us riding this five smooth and average. This is
Block
definitely
5.
trend days where we have one close above and then just fucking just in, almost engulf it. So I mean, if that's the same behavior that we're having, this is a very clear indication here. It's pew and just kind of going. This is cool to see. So I mean, clearly possible trend day given everything that's kind of going on, but just using some of my indicators. We're making comments above this. Yeah, this was a part of my old playbook, but I didn't have a way to really quantify or qualify this. When you have like a massive retest and a massive candle to get you above these TGPs like this. Ideally, it would be by below here, but this is definitely like hindsight bias here. But we'll look more at that a little later on.
Block cell.
I just want to point out also, given the context of where we're at, this is going to be the IB low retest, at least the 30 minutes IB low, and rejection from NQ. So possibly, just a day, yeah, just have to be patient, bro. That doesn't mean we're going to sell off to zero here. But I mean, this is a similar ish posture or environment, but from yesterday. But today we are coming from below, hitting our floor, our former floor, opposed to a historic um, gap fill or gap down and a gap fill attempt. Is just two different, just two whole different situations. And being a person that understands context, you really need to be able to pick this up. This would be a possible insurance here, depending on what the Dom looks like. I mean, of course, I'm not looking now. I've hit my DLL, but this would be like at the 12s, given we're possibly rejecting our IB high the first 30 minutes with not much progress with the buyers, and they're definitely attempting. But I've been taking notes and kind of making some setting changes. I should be able to, I have this on my other screen now. I can just look. Where are we at? We got back to that midpoint. Definitely late. I was hoping to get in. I at least want to get that habit there. All right, got it. Let's see. Beginner's mindset. Sorry about that.
Block cell. Block by.
We're at the top of the hour. Notice a little flurry of people exiting. offsetting trades, repositioning, whatever, what have you. Wouldn't be surprised if you see impulse either up or down in this situation, given the compression that we have. But again, we're still riding this train here, so we'll see. But again, don't be surprised if you see a nice little impulse here. Also, a quick note, given all the volume that we have here at these highs, the VPOC is up here, but we're beginning to trade below this VPOC. So if we do get out of here, I would imagine we may have some kind of reversion back. If not, maybe like a forced liquidation due to the these little pockets that we have here. So maybe a quick zip from these 20s to really almost a century figure where we have our next nice potential support, just where these volume shells are. So if we do fall under the 15s, I would imagine that we go to the 05s to the century mark.
Block by. block sell, Block cell. Block by. Block cell.
Just a little bit of that impulse that I was talking about. It just came after a little bit of a topping process. I'd imagine, yeah, we're either gonna, who knows? But I mean, this VWAP is creeping up, so I mean, this may be a nice little pullback. I kind of want to cut this short so I can go ahead and get this uploaded and be done. However, I'm just gonna let this just sit here. I'm not worried about it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go back on mute. You guys got it. Price Clock is still doing this thing. It should speak up when there's something to talk about. So, all right, I'm still here. I'm just gonna go ahead and get ready for work. I finished my journal. I got all my learnings. Gleaned a lot from this. I just finished writing in my physical journal, and I'm gonna go outside and get a little, get some sunlight. Have a life. So yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it pushing. I do need to respond back to my homie, and then I'm gonna step away. So I appreciate you for watching, and yeah. Oh, if I'm not, I believe I just mentioned. I don't know if I was on mute or not. If I just started in my head, but I said for us to, if we broke below those 15s, we should find some kind of support at like the 05s, 06. Looks like they bounced off fairly well. Still important for us to close above this 5S on both sides, kind of build volume higher, but I wouldn't be surprised for either side. But that was a very nice textbook hold from the buyers, filling up this zone down here, not getting past. We just need a little more energy. Okay.
Block cell. Block by. Block by. Block cell. block cell, block cell, block by, block cell, Block by. Block cell. Block by. Block by. Block cell. Block cell.